idea how successful censorship is on TV? Don't know the answer? Successful, isn't it?
I know we can do this together because I know this. There's nothing beyond our capacity.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Prepared Mind channel. It is the afternoon show, Monday through Friday. If you're on the preparedmind.club, you're live. If you're on subscribestar.com, you're live. And if you're buying coffee, you might be one of the deplorables. That's right. I want to let everyone know I'm going to have some fun with this company. Anyways, they sent me some more coffee. They sent me a t-shirt. This is the website, cof-fee-fee.com, deplorable. I think that's kind of hilarious. Kind of a play on Hillary Clinton calling us deplorables. Like I said, we once supported Black Rifle Coffee Company because they were veterans and we thought they were good people. Turns out they're a bunch of leftist idiots. Well, fuck that. Right? But the deplorables at cof-fee-fee.com, I just want to promote them and get them off the ground as much as we can help them get off the ground. Great coffee, by the way. I sip it as I'm doing 0 Dark 30. And while they have a decaffeinated one called Sleepy Joe, I'll pass. We don't have an affiliate link way to get there from the preparedmind.club. Not yet, but I figured I would feature one of their coffees here. They do K-cups and they also do little bags. And this one is The Wall. Coffee called The Wall. It's stronger than Texas barbed wire. Our single origin Mexican roast was once closely guarded by elite coffee cartels, but no more. Oh, they undergo a covert roasting process that brings forth a flavor rebellion that lingers on the edge of legality. That's just fucking funny. They've got a good sense of humor. It's real man-style coffee. Good roast. It's not like they're trying too hard like some beer brewers just trying their ass off to be something. They're just making a good cup of coffee, good cup of coffee. Gotta love that shit. All right, now, someone who needs a lot of help, Joe Biden, capacability idiot. He claims Trump is the one who is suffering from a mental decline, a mental deterioration. Biden wants everyone to know Trump can't put sentences together. Trump is the one who's failing mentally. Folks, the retards are so stupid that they believe Biden. His brain malfunctioned while he was making that claim. But they're still going to believe him. And they call us deplorables? Oh, it's incredible, folks. It's incredible. Let me tell you who the Democrats are, right? If you didn't get it the first time, let's make this a take two. Who are the Democrats? Senate Majority Leader. The leader of the Senate Majority, Chuck Schumer. He is unfucking believable, folks. He was at a parade in Manhattan, and he was waving a flag for the People's Republic of China. The people's... Calm down. Are you prepared? Food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, means of self-defense, and a plan. Do you have lots of coffee? Now, after living off the blood, the sweat, our tears from paying taxes, busting our asses, us Americans, Schumer lives off of us. That sack of communist shit, known as Chuck Schumer, folks, he's waving the flag of a nation, and communist regime that is still in power today. And that communist regime murdered 40 million and counting of its own people. So, he's that Chuck Schumer. He's funny. Yeah, he loves murderers. He hates your freedoms. He especially hates your guns. Isn't he just a cool dude? What a fucking dick. And that's what we got, folks. Unbelievable. Now, Chuck Schumer can support a communist regime that has murdered 40 fucking million people. Laura Loomer speaks out against liberals, and guess what? She's canceled. She's speaking again today, though. Here's a quote from Laura Logan. We are once again watching the lights of freedom. They are going out here and all over the world. Laura Logan was testifying against censorship and abuse by Google, Instagram, and Facebook. And this censorship, this abuse is hurting us, the American people. It's really important, folks, right? There's Laura Logan and Laura Loomer. There's a bunch of people speaking up against the cancel culture, the woke tards, the LGB suck-ups, the fucking liars in media and education. They have been canceled. They have been belittled. They have been sidelined. They have been persecuted. They have been marginalized. They have been treated prejudicially by media and lawmakers on both sides of the aisle, by the way, for speaking up and speaking facts and speaking our own truths. I would rather be for freedom, folks, and be treated like Laura and all the other spokespeople for freedom. I would rather have that and my dignity than be beloved by morons and woketards and be given bugs for dinner. Oh, there's something worth fighting for, folks. You go ahead and eat bugs. I'll eat hamburgers. I'll eat steaks. I'll eat chicken tenders, but I'm not eating bugs. Unbelievable. Folks, get your question in. Get them down below. Get them into Ooman. We've got a lot to talk about on this Take Two Tuesday. That's right. Take Two. We've got a lot to talk about. For the second time, let me give you a little reminder about Bob Costas. That's right. Heroic sports nerd, sportscaster Bob Costas. There's nothing heroic about this fucking loser. He went on his anti-Trump, unhinged, unintelligent rant. Don't forget, folks, he called us, me and you, members of a dangerous, toxic cult. Anyone who supports Trump or supports freedom or supports the Constitution or supports liberty or supports the Declaration of Independence or supports justice, equality, right, all that stuff. You are in a toxic cult if you believe boys have penises and girls have vaginas. It's fucking hilarious. Hollywood, which wouldn't dare make any such statement anymore, defining what a man or a woman is. That was in a movie, a Kindergarten Cop, by Arnold Go Fuck Yourself Schwarzenegger. Well, screw your freedoms, he said. Remember that shit? Do you remember it? I think I just might have it in here. Oh, there we are.
And not just to think about, well, my freedom is being kind of disturbed here. No, screw your freedom.
And screw you, Arnold, you big sack of shit. Folks, I'm bigger than Arnold Schwarzenegger. My arms are bigger, my shoulders are bigger, my body's bigger. I weigh more. I could eat him for lunch. Except he's probably old and grizzly now. You know, he thinks, he was big. Greatest bodybuilder of all time. Nothing but respect. One of the greatest action heroes of all time. Nothing but respect. He's a fucking deplorable, especially when you shit on the country that provided you that wealth. Now, back to Bob Costas, another celebrity jackass. Remember, Hillary had something to say about deplorables. Sorry, Hillary, I'm a deplorable. You dumb bitch. Remember Katie Couric? She wants to put Trump supporters and freedom-loving Americans in re-education camps. Recall that Mad Maxine Waters wants Democrats to scream and yell in your face, chase you out of restaurants, chase you out of public stores. Folks, it's time to fight back. Right now, we've got someone right here in the Prepared Mind channel, in the comment section live. He's here every Sunday night live. And yes, I could be talking about Uman, but I'm talking about Chin Music. He wears offensive t-shirts constantly. He wears anti-liberal, pro-freedom shirts just to trigger left-wing idiots. It works. And I think his congressman, whose office he has walked in. Now see, folks, the reason I'm talking about Chin Music is he's walking the walk. I know a lot of you do, and I know Chin Music doesn't mind me referring to him directly. He's walking the walk, and he went into his congressman's office and let him fucking have it. He let him have it. Told them the way it is and the way it ought to be, etc. More of us need to do this. In fact, let me give you an example of what happens when people speak up and make their arguments and say, fuck you to government. In Queensland is a state in Australia. It's like a province in Canada. Right? Queensland, their Supreme Court has ruled that Cerveza Jim Jones juice, the mandates for police, the mandates for paramedics are unlawful, meaning it's against the Australian Constitution. 3 years later. It took 3 fucking years to figure out that government cannot mandate police and paramedics to take the Jim Jones juice. Well, if they can't mandate government employees, they can't mandate the people themselves. And it took 3 fucking years of fighting. How hard is it to think about it? Oh, I'm going to have a little scotch here, wearing my black robe, and I'm going to bang my gavel so I feel important. Oh, yes. Let's see. Constitution. Doesn't give the government any authority over people, even if there's a medical emergency. Who gives a fuck? Right? They should have made that determination day one, but they didn't. Folks, if they're making the ruling now in Australia, in Canada, in England, in America, that they have no authority, even in a pandemic, to promote or push anything on you and mandate it, understand they have no authority to mandate jack shit. You're a free human being. Freedom is number one. What is the thing all Democrats are destroying? Going after, eroding, corroding. It's freedom. Not government rights, government authority, government power. They don't care. They want more of that. They're taking your power, your rights, your authority away from you and me and everyone. And that's worth fighting with them about. I want you to start fighting, folks. I do. Now get this. They are pushing against our freedoms and liberties, the government, at the local, state, and federal level. Never mind the homeowners associations and those fucking people. Big government taking your rights. Freedom is making a comeback. The president of El Salvador spoke at CPAC, a Republican, true conservative political action committee, CPAC. He came up from El Salvador to talk about freedom. And then they brought up from Argentina, Juan Milei. I can never get his name right, and I'm going to always get it wrong, I guess. Javier. It's Javier Milei. He came up, and he spoke about freedom at CPAC, Conservative Political Action Committee. Conservatives, libertarians, freedom-loving people. It's incredible to me that the leaders of Central and South American countries come here to America to talk about freedom as if we don't understand. Well, most Americans don't have a fucking clue. It's so bad now. It is so awful. Education and intelligence is in such huge decline now. Huge decline now. That fucking idiots in the media are mad at Christians and thinking they're stupid and blaming them for the problems we have and saying that Christians don't understand that our rights come from government, not from God. Well, I tell you what, the liberals, folks, now get this. Who do you think has the highest approval rating by percentage with Donald Trump? Do you think boomers have the highest percentage rate because that's how old he is? Do you think Gen Xers, millennials, or Gen Z? Who has the biggest approval rating with Trump? Higher than any other group. Who is it? Any guesses, Mr. Uman? He's giving me the no. It, minus the woke tards in their group, Gen Z. That's right. Kids in their 20s. My kids is age group, like age 26 and down. Gen Z has the highest approval rating of Trump. Now, I know we have liberals, dumbasses, and LGBTers and woke tards galore, but it sounds like these youths are understanding that they need Trump, and freedom is becoming popular with the youths. That is very bad news. I recall with Obama, they were saying, and the future is the youths. We need to go after the youth vote. Incredible, folks. I thought Gen Z was 100% woke, retarded idiots. Apparently not. I'm sure it's higher than any of us want to admit. In fact, one woke-tarded LGBTQer is more than we should all have to put up with, but let alone, here they are. They're in our country. Okay. I'm going to go here now. I am sick and tired of the pro-black, pro-persons of color, and anti-white horse shit. I don't want to fucking hear this country was built on the sweat and blood of slaves. It was not. It was built on the blood, sweat, and tears of everybody. Patriots who died for the North, patriots who died for the South, patriots who died fighting the English. Anyways, there has now been a civil rights complaint filed in Denver, Colorado, over what's happening in Denver schools. There is a Black Excellence Pledge that was, demanded that teachers participate in. Now, from the story carried by Gateway Pundit, according to the complaint, the pledge reads in part, quote, all educators need to understand the prevalence and deep harm whiteness brings to students. And this whiteness, the deep harm and prevalence of whiteness. White is fucking prevalent because there's white people. Black is prevalent because there's black people. So there's more white people than black people, so there's a whiteness problem. I have seen more interracial marriages and interracial offspring in the last 10 fucking years. Crazy, folks. So the pledge continues. It promises that, quote, conversations about racism and white supremacy culture are going to happen. Folks, this school district, these uneducated educational retards, they have reached social, legal, and religious conclusions that are beyond infuriating and beyond the intelligence of anyone to fathom. These people are so fucking stupid. They can't determine what a man or a woman is or define them. But we are to trust that they understand social, historical, philosophical, and legal concepts surrounding race and culture and tradition. I don't think so. But this is why we're in shit hitting the fan. These people are now trying to brainwash children. And I guess all the support for Trump by Gen Z is evidence that kids are rejecting it. Good. Hey, teachers, leave us kids alone. The idea was to reject all government, all authority when I grew up. Make government prove its authority. Make government prove its value. Don't just listen and obey. That's how I grew up. Folks, fight the woke-tards. Call, write, attend public meetings. Stand up for yourselves. Stand up for America. Because if we don't, the less we stand up, the more we're going to be laying down in a ditch in the prone position, firing rifles at idiots. Fight them, folks. Fight now so we don't have to fight with guns later. But trust me, the gunfights are coming. I don't think there's any way around that. I hope you got your questions in, your comments, your thoughts. I'm going to talk about some more stuff. Then I'm going to turn the show over to you. Joe Biden. Remember that guy? Potato Joe, Let's Go Brandon. Fuck Joe Biden, that guy. In fact, at Trump's rally the other day, the crowd just blistered, screaming. They blistered paint, screaming, fuck Joe Biden. Americans have had it. And we need to keep that enthusiasm level, which surprisingly people have kept that enthusiasm level for Trump. Joe Biden, folks. The border is secure. Biden says the border is secure. Well, how about this? An MS-13 gang member who is wanted in El Salvador for murder has just been arrested in Boston. He's wanted for murder in El Salvador. Made it up through Mexico into America, made it all the way through America to Boston, and has been arrested. Folks, this is not his first visit to this country either. He has been kicked out of this fucking country 3 times in his life. He is a gang member. He is a drug selling, human trafficking, murderous sack of shit. Thanks, Biden. This is why you need to be armed. This is why you need to go out and shoot. And this is why, I'm going to plug the coffee here. This is why you need coffee. And if you order coffee from these folks, coffeefee.com. If you order coffee, tell them you saw and heard me talking about coffee on the Prepared Mind channel. They know who we are. They're not the world's biggest coffee company, but they make a damn good cup of coffee. And when you're sitting in your fighting hole, what the Army calls a foxhole, when you're sitting under a tree, behind a bush, on your balcony, on your deck, in your car, behind your car, during the day, at night, when Mad Max comes, you're going to want a nice hot cup of coffee. I suggest getting the coffee and storing it airtight bags. I did the same thing with Black Rifle Coffee Company until I found out they aren't true veterans. Well, no, I take that back. I must apologize. They are true veterans, but they are not true Americans, in my opinion, because they love the left, and the left are anti-American. How can you be pro-America when you support anti-American fucksticks? There's no way to do it. You cannot appeal to the left and then make sense to people who love liberty. You can't have it both fucking ways. Choose a side. Choose a side. Now, I was talking about Chin Music. So he decided to send me a picture of the shirt he'll be wearing at the gym tonight. And it says, it's a black shirt like this, and it has in big white letters, black, white. They get along on a shirt just fine. They just don't get along in Washington, D.C. and in schools and around the... It says, liberals suck. I'd love that. Imagine seeing in big block letters, right? 20 inches wide. Liberals suck. That's fucking great, Chin. Wear it proud. I remember wearing some of my more offensive shirts in public down at a tiki bar on the beach. And someone was like, I can't believe you're wearing that shirt. I said, it's really easy to believe I'm wearing the shirt I'm wearing because I don't give a fuck. I'm not wearing this shirt to make you happy. I'm wearing this shirt because it makes me happy. There was a Prepared Mind shirt, and I haven't seen it in a long time. It says, I support, I'm pro-choice too. And on the back of the t-shirt, it has pictures of all kinds of guns, different guns, black rifles, Uzis, fucking pistols, shotguns, whatever. And people used to love that shirt. They'd see me, riding a fucking bike or a scooter, and they'd honk at me and go, that's awesome shirt, man. Wear a shirt. You don't even have to say the words. Deplorable. You know that has got to make people go, deplorable. What the fuck is that? Crazy, folks. The left, Democrats, communists, socialists, anti-Americans, anti-freedom, murderous scumbags, Democrats, satanic. They're all the same, no matter what country they're in, folks. Brazil's President Lula, guess what? He said the stupidest shit about Israel and what's going on. But instead of backing up when everyone said, hey, what are you, fucking stupid? He's like, you think I'm stupid now? Wait till you hear what I say next. Take two from President Lula. He decided to double down on his genocide comments regarding Israel. Folks, once again, I am not pro-murder of Palestinians or Israelis. No. But I know what terrorism is, and I know what terrorism does. And I've watched terrorism go from Palestine and move up into Europe and move over to America and up into Canada. And these people are idiots. Anyways, the former Israeli prime minister has called President Lula, quote, an idiot. And he said so on TV. And inside Brazil, criticism is growing, and someone's calling for impeachment now. Very interesting, folks. Take two on this Take Two Tuesday, right? The convicted felon, President Lula. The convicted ex-con, President Lula. The convicted communist president of Brazil. He is going the way of potato dodo. Oh, that's fucking hilarious. Folks, I'm running out of time. Just a couple minutes, and then it's time for you guys. Get your questions in. Pow! I didn't see any, but maybe Uman has them. Get your questions and thoughts in. Predictions, prognostications, stuff you've seen, heard on TV, whatever you want to talk about. You guys, you got it. Now, back to Dodo. His anti-Israeli remarks are making him sound more and more stupid, as if he is reading a high school student's interpretation of world affairs. Here's what he said. Quote, if this isn't genocide, I don't know what is. Oh, okay. Well, then it sounds like you don't know what it is. Remember, this guy's in charge of an entire nation. These liberal idiot Democrats, communists or otherwise, they don't know anything, yet they're in charge of the country. You want to see what the average Washington, D.C. Democrat, what their intelligence level is? Go to an HOA meeting or go to a city council meeting and listen to the people talk. Listen to the conclusions they come to, and you'll hear how stupid Democrats really are. They're that fucking stupid. So Lula continues. He opened his mouth and stuck more of his foot in it. He says, what the Israeli government is doing to the Palestinian people is not war. It's not soldiers who are dying, but women and children who are dying inside the hospitals. That happens in every war, you dumbass. The Brazilian government does not intend to retract President Lula and his comment, comparing Israel's war on Gaza to Hitler's treatment of Jews. The people are pretty pissed. They think he's a fucking moron. I can't help but agree. I want to thank Mr. Skylight today for sending me a shitload of patriotic cartoons, funny-ass memes, made me laugh. Thank you so much, Mr. Skylight. Crazy. Okay, let's do this. It is time. Looking at the clock, it is time. It is time for you guys. It is time for, you guessed it, the inner circle. Let's go there. And kapow! I think Uman said it's 75 in Chicago today, this greater Chicago area. And it's supposed to be 31 degrees tomorrow. That's a huge swing in temperature. But, you know, I'm not going to call it a climate crisis. I'm not going to say, how dare you? I hate that little bitch, Gretchen. All right, Mr. Uman, why don't you help me out here? I know we've got some thoughts, some ideas, some comments. Chin Music has chartered the private usage of a time machine. He says he's on his way back to 1941 to give Joe's dad a condom. Now, I find the Biden family fascinating from a research perspective. Hunter Biden is a piece of shit. He is a spoiled, rotten piece of shit sent around the world to do his daddy's and his uncle's and his stepmommy's bidding. The Biden bidding. He is a drug-using, addicted moron who likes to snort coke off of hookers' asses and many other drugs. Crack cocaine? You betcha. He, even under the influence, sounds just like Joe. I imagine Joe Biden is just as fucking stupid as his daddy. And I'm sure Joe Biden's daddy is as dumb as Joe Biden's granddaddy was. Isn't it amazing they go from generation to generation with no apparent increase in intelligence and certainly no increase in morality? Let's see, Hunter Biden's brother dies, so he decides he's going to fuck his brother's wife. How's that work? Showering with little girls in the family, like naked showering. How is that smart? How is that good for anybody? How does that make the world a better place? Joe Biden. Wow. Anyways, Chin Music, good luck with that, man. Hey, while you're on your way back to 1941, why don't you tell FDR about December 7th and the Japanese attacking? Look, okay, if they need to sink all those ships, if they need to sink the entire Pacific Fleet, which, by the way, was old, tired, and they had the new fleet waiting in San Diego, get them out of Pearl Harbor so they don't leak fuel and oil for the next 80 fucking years. Just tell them, Chin Music, just get everything outside the harbor and let them sink it in the fucking ocean instead of in the harbor. Anyways, yeah, a day that'll live in infamy, says FDR. You know what day lives in infamy? The day they passed Social Security. How many people have been absolutely screwed by Social Security? I guess in another 11, 12 years, I'll be raising my hand. I'll be amongst them. I'll be like, I got screwed by Social Security. I'm one of them. All right, Mr. Uman, where are we going next, buddy? Mikey G. He has an interesting statement. Critical thinking seems to be evaporating in front of our eyes. Now, when I grew up, when I went to school, we were provided information. We were given facts. We were given figures. We were given statistics. We were given numbers. We were given historical record. But we also, or at least I especially did, wanted to apply critical thinking. I wanted to learn how to think. And you know how I know I'm successful? Because I'm good at problem solving. Problem solving. You see, when there's a problem, you look at the problem and you say, what is the problem? What caused it? What's allowing it? What's exacerbating it? What steps would be needed to correct it? What are the details? Is there a plan? Does history serve or have an example? If we don't do this, where does it go in the future? Are there examples of that we can point to make sure we go in the correct direction, right? Critical thinking. Funny. Democrats don't know how to think. Ask them a question and watch them and just start calling you fucking names because they don't have an argument. They don't have a debate. All they have is propaganda, talking points, and bullshit. You see, because they don't think anymore. All they do is recite and repeat. They parrot that which they hear from others. And they do it not only with the things they say, but the way they act and respond to social stimuli. Like there's a trans testicle walking down the street. What's my reaction? I fucking laugh at them. Fucking point. Just, yeah, you're killing me, man. Right? You give it to them. Other people are like, oh my God, how dare you laugh at that poor fruitcake? I'm like, yeah, it's because he's a fruitcake. But all they can do is criticize me. You should be criticizing the one with mental illness issues, right? If you go to a comedy club and you hear jokes, you laugh. If you see a joke on the street, you laugh. Someone escaped from a lunatic asylum wearing a fucking chicken pulled down over their head like a helmet. What are you supposed to do? You're supposed to laugh. Right? Someone escapes from a lunatic asylum, runs into a deli, grabs a 50-pound box of string sausages and wears it like a machine gun bandolier. And so it's running down the street. What do? You laugh at them because they're fucking deranged idiots. I see this. Now, again, the lieutenant governor of Virginia, Winsome Sears, that's her name, Winsome Sears. By the way, she is black. She decided to refer to a state senator as Sir. And this state senator is wearing makeup and thinks it's a woman, even though it has a penis. It looks like a football player. The big fucking neck. Yeah. Got makeup pied on its face and hair and wearing a dress. I'm a girl. No, you're not. You're a fucking freak. So lieutenant governor, not someone off the street, not someone like me or you, but it's fucking great. Winsome Sears refers to him as Sir, and then they get into a huge heated argument. And she's like, I apologize that I pissed people off. She didn't apologize to the fruitcake senator. Good. No apology should be granted to someone who is mentally deranged. I thought we were having trouble with John Fetterman, senator of Pennsylvania, by letting someone with mental problems in. And remember when they let him in? They're like, yeah, we need somebody to represent crazy people in Congress. Oh, we got a crazy person in the fucking White House. We got crazy people in Congress. We got crazy people in the state senates and assemblies. It's time to start calling them out. It's time to do it. Mr. Uman, let's do it. We get some more. Uman says, funny how liberals have a way of failing upwards. That's the Peter principle, I believe. You are elevated to your level of incompetence in the Democrat Party. You bet. I mean, look at Gavin Newsom. He's got slicked back hair. He's a polished penis, if I ever saw one. He is a fucking moron. But he's electable, according to the Democrats. They want to elect someone like him because he kind of looks the part. But when you look at his track record, he's had nothing but a dismal track record of destruction and failure. And he's failed his way to the top. He may even become the next presidential candidate for the Democrats. You bet. He might be that guy. Unfucking believable. You're not, I'm telling you, folks, you're going to love this. Are you ready for this? I couldn't fucking believe it. I don't even know. I had the article. I did. The Democrats have once again lost a potential candidate for the president. One of their better folks. He's incredibly recognized. He's a famous athlete with the Democrats. He could have been president, but he's now been removed because he's been arrested for child pornography. That's right. Another Democrat presidential candidate arrested for child pornography. And this guy is a professional bowler, of all things. And he was arrested during the bowling tournament for having child pornography in his world. One more Democrat down. Unbelievable. When I read that, I couldn't fucking believe that. I love it. Any of these child molesters, I'm going to call them Democrat presidential candidates because they are. They really are. Oh, get this. Alphabet. Google, right? It has lost $70 billion in value because its Gemini chatbot, its artificial intelligence woke computer, quote, hallucinates and has insane, crazy racial bias. It's like, that is not artificial intelligence. It's programmed propaganda. And the market said, you know what? Fuck you. And they lost $70 billion in value. Good. These people are morons. Love it. Love it. Okay, Mr. Uman, let's roll. Where are we going? Chin Music says, up Chuck. As in up Chuck, the vomitous U.S. Senator Chuck Schumer. He was also caught on a hot mic bragging about how he lies to benefit his constituents. How amazing is that? He loves to lie. What a Democrat. Lie, cheat, and steal. That's the Democrat platform. That's right. The Democrat Party platform is lie, cheat, and steal. So if there's a lie, they support it. Open border? No, it's secured border. LGBTQ people are good, not crazy, psychopathic, murdering, violent dumbasses who are committing suicide left and right. War in Ukraine is sustainable and winnable, while people are dying by the thousands daily in Ukraine fighting so Zelensky can keep his money factory going. Democrats, Democrats, Democrats. Some stupid bitch was carrying a sign at a abortion rally, and the sign said, "Don't take my birth control." I was like, birth control? How about abstinence? How about wear a fucking condom? How about birth control pills? That's why they call them birth control pills. Not abortion, when you take zero responsibility for your nocturnal activities. I think that Democrat women should just, they're already, they want everyone else to take it in the ass. They ought to. And that way they don't get pregnant anymore. It's just unfucking believable. So anyways, yeah, up Chuck. He'll give money to his constituents, Chin Music. He'll lie, cheat, and steal to get money to his constituents, but only if it benefits his masters first. Who do these politicians serve in addition to themselves? Their masters. No Democrat considers their constituents, the people that elect them, they do not consider them their masters. They call them, well, these are my constituents. My constituents are my people. My constituents are beneath me because I'm a senator or a congressman. My constituents are the servants of the government. These people, that's how they think. Trust me, it's how they think. It's crazy. It's crazy. Take Two Tuesday. Thank you, Mr. Chin Music, and thanks for the laughs all the time. You and Mr. Skylight and Uman always making me laugh and shit. All right, Mr. Uman, where are we going next? Cyber Hana checks in, and she says, I heard politicians in Canada are being investigated. The details are some crazy spending. Something about an app company comprised of two people who work out of their basement got a government contract that went from 80,000 to 54 million. That sounds like government efficiency to me, Cyber Hana. You bet. You bet. Who is the woke bullshit company that is supposed to fact check all social media? And they got a bunch of contracts with large corporations and media corporations. I think it wasn't Politico, was it? I can't remember which one it was, but there's several fact check companies. And they're liars for one, they're political hacks for another, and they're understaffed and they go after, it's just fucking stupid. They just got a rubber stamp for fucking everyone. Yeah, but it's incredible. It's not just an American problem, if that's what you're referring to, Hana. No, Cyber Hana. It is an international crisis of censorship. And if you don't come from, now here's what gets me, and I, Gen Zers and Gen Millennials and Gen Xers, if you do not grow up with freedom, the freedom to think, at the very least, you don't miss it as much when they take it away from you or tell you, you aren't free, you're not allowed freedom. All these young people out here have no idea what freedom is the way you and I lived it. Riding around on bicycles, get this, are you ready? Without helmets. As kids, we would build incredible jumps in the middle of the street with planks and boards and shit, trying to do stunts with our bicycles. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. The stuff we used to do. You go out, play all day. Sun comes up, you go out and play. You don't come back till the sun goes down. That's the way it was. Today, you try that shit, your kids will get kidnapped or shot. Or they'll be forced into prostitution or to sell drugs on the corner. Right? The freedom and liberty, the goodness of America has just evaporated. Here we are. Now, the more corrupt shit is, the better off government thinks we all are. Wild stuff. Okay, Mr. Uman, where are we at again? What do we got? It's Heidi. And she asked, did anyone mention that Canada is trying to pass a law giving the death penalty to anyone voicing opposition? Heidi, I don't know if that's true. I haven't read about it. In a way, it would not surprise me. I know they're criminalizing free speech in Canada as fast as they can. So, by the way, fuck you, Canada government. But to call it death penalty, I know if you take the Jim Jones juice and you suffer an injury from it, that's bad. The government might just recommend you kill yourself. Now, once again, if it's liberals who are signing up to take the Jim Jones juice and all the juice boosters, then that's a good thing, because they're the ones that are taking their own medicine and suffering from it. What is upsetting is the innocent, the weak, the unintelligent, the uninformed who are taking it because they feel like they have to. They're scared they'll lose their job, or maybe people won't like them if they don't take their stuff. Take that crap. Take that fucking poison. Ooh, man, where are we at? What do we got? Are we good? Thumbs up, thumbs down. What's next? Ah, Mr. Uman himself says, Democrats in Michigan are trying to stage a protest by getting everyone to vote undecided in the primary tonight, since the potato is running unopposed. Think it might be headed by Ilhan Omar. Ilhan Omar, sack of Democrat shit from Yemen, I believe, or Somalia, one of those two shitholes, who came over here, married her brother, and hates America, by the way. Part of the jihad squad. It wouldn't surprise me at all, Mr. Uman, if Ilhan Omar, baldy bitch, wears that fucking turban on her head. Wouldn't surprise me at all. I saw something else. I think Uman sent it around through the R Syndicate chain that there is a company or political action committee or government NGO, right, non-governmental organization, that is hiring actors. Actors. They need actors to show up for a protest. They want to pay actors to participate in a protest. They want to pay money to people to show up and hold signs that are anti-Trump, that are anti-Make America Great Again. They're paying actors. Do you think any Republican actors are going to take that fucking job? So essentially, they're buying social dissatisfaction. They're buying the appearance of protest when they're fucking actors. And the sign was such a this sign up form, this advertisement for actors. Minorities are really wanted for this. Everything is politicized. Everything is about race. Everything is about gayness. Everything is about communism. Are you prepared? Do you see what's coming right now? I do. I'm not afraid of it. It bothers me. Sometimes it scares me. But that's just a human reaction. We all need to be brave. We all need to speak up. Get used to using this weapon, your voice, so that when you have to use this weapon, you're well versed in why you need this one. It's because this one failed to convince the government to stay within its restricted boundaries established by the Constitution. Because they failed to stay within their constricted boundaries. Because they failed to follow the real rules, the real law, the real customs, the real traditions. Because they failed to follow the spirit of America. That all men are created equal, that their rights are inalienable, unalienable, and come from God. Right? It's unbelievable. So get ready for it, folks. Fake protests, mostly peaceful. That was brilliant of those dumb fucks to call it a mostly peaceful protest while the news reporter was standing in front of a fucking inferno, a conflagration of hellish proportions during the 2020 riots. Expect it. It's coming. In fact, I want to finish with this. I see it coming right now. Here's a big fat reminder that a hazmat team had to arrive at Donald Trump Jr.'s Florida home because he got white powder in the mail and a death threat. They want to go after the president. They want to go after the president's son, the president's family, president's sons. They're going to want to go after all Republicans, kind of like they went after Alabama's Secretary of State. Was it Secretary of State or Attorney General? Attorney General. So the Attorney General had a bomb, an explosive device, go off outside of his office in Alabama. They're coming, folks. They're getting warmed up. They're feeling safe. They're feeling good about it. Are you prepared? Hey, chance favors the prepared mind. That's our slogan. I want to thank everybody for supporting the Prepared Mind channel, for supporting what we do, supporting our sponsors, and deplorable folks. They've given me some bags of coffee, a t-shirt, They give me some K-cups, and they've given me a sense of happiness knowing there are companies out there that are starting up, right? Coffeefee.com. They're starting up in a world that is completely bifurcated, split in half. And they want to come to you, true Americans, and say, we want you as our customer. We want free markets. We want you to buy our products, not these fruitcake wackos. Can you imagine getting a cup of coffee that's decaffeinated? And you're like, what is this shit, man? I've had an entire cup and I don't feel any more awake. And someone's like, well, you got a cup of decaffeinated coffee. And you're like, no, I ordered regular coffee. And they're like, well, it identified as regular, but it's actually, decaffeinated. When your coffee identifies as something it's not and you're supposed to believe it, there's some fucking Democrat thinking for you. Anyways, good stuff. Hey, folks, I'm going to check out. You guys have a good evening. I'll be back 0 dark 30, and we'll talk about what happens between now, the end of the day, and by morning, there's going to be a ton of shit going on. SHTF style. Get ready for more.